You're right.
Oh, hi,
Sorry.
Dave. Sorry. Yeah.
I feel like a little bit of a ham sandwich here. But
That's what happens when we get together, sorry.
to carry on, get a room.
Why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Do 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 do.
I started when I was 16 on the desk, so
on the
32
desk.
years.
Wait, what were you on the desk for?
Of course. You know our phone number.
So,
Oh no, that sounds so bad.
hi and welcome back to Taxi Talk. I'm David Hunter, and joining me today I have two lovely ladies, my co-presenter Jodie.
Hello.
And joining us all the way from God's country in Yorkshire, the blonde, the sultry, the annoyed, the angry, Lisa!
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Lisa, such an actress there. And thank you for joining us on set for Taxi Talk. And really, it's here to educate drivers across the country. We're selling them the pros and cons of either working for maybe a ride-hailing app or actually working for a proper private hire firm with all the benefits that brings. Okay, so we're not just an algorithm. As you can clearly see, we are so much more. So, and the part of the job here on this sofa is to bring in people that have so much experience. Hopefully you'll take something away from this with tips and tips and advice that will enhance your experience of driving. You'll hear some stories and ways of increasing your revenue from these two experienced ladies. And I think we'll start off, Lisa, with just finding out who you are, which part of the country you operate, what the area is like, and how long you've been in the trade.
Well, the area is Malton. Obviously, we cover a lot wider area than that. We go most of the way across.
Whereabouts is Malton?
Between York and Scarborough, but everybody will know it as being the food capital of the UK and James Martin's birthplace.
As in the famous chef.
As in the famous
Martin,
chef.
yeah.
So we're very rural, which is quite different to a lot of the big fleets.
Yeah, so it's not a big city, it's rural where, people are known, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, we kind of have the best of both worlds because we have that. We have a very good local team and customers, but we get a lot of tourists because it is a really high tourist area.
Yeah, it wasn't Downton Abbey or something filmed in that area?
No, it wasn't Downton, it's at Castle Howard, and I can't think of the Brideshead Revisited.
Oh, right, yeah.
Castle
so
Howard.
It's a beautiful part of the world,
And
though.
Heartbeat.
And Heartbeat, for those
I
older
used to love
remember.
It's, I'll take you up to the village there next
Can
time.
you remember the theme music to that?
Heartbeat. Why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Do 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 do.
With the gorgeous Nick Berry.
I was young though.
Yeah, he was an
Really
extended.
young.
Not that young if you remember Heartbeat.
Is Emmerdale filmed up there as well?
Emmerdale is filmed at Eschalt.
What about Coronation Street?
That's
Still north.
Manchester.
That's Lancashire. We
It's
don't
all the same,
mention
that's-
Lancashire.
It's
no.
all,
way up
so
north.
it's all north, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
It's
we've
all
got the white
north.
rose and the
North
red rose. Be very careful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
War of the Roses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Northerners.
Oh, get out my pub. She's in the pub already, isn't she? Khaleesi, have a drink.
Oi.
Chill out. Right. So
It's a really bad influence.
at that point, we just had annoyed face. But so annoyed face was that. So drivers wise, so how long have you been in the trade yourself?
I started when I was 16 on the desk, so
on the
32
desk.
years.
What were you on the desk for?
Well, very many things when I
You're
was
married,
16.
yeah?
but we won't go into those things. No, I started dispatching when I was 16, when we still worked on little
You
pieces of
dispatched on the
paper and
desk?
pens.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, in those days, was that pen and paper? Or?
It was pen and paper, and you had a little clip for each piece, and the drivers would come in, remove their clip, and go out on the job, and away they went. And we had the
Crazy,
two-way
isn't it?
radios, but they only reached about 5 or 6 miles. So once they
So
got
the
beyond
drivers
that,
came in.
took their slip of
Did
paper,
they
and off they
find the
went.
clip? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It doesn't happen often, but Yorkshire, we're quite good
Yeah, that's good. So
at navigating our way around things.
yeah, and how did computerization change that?
Massively. I was really against it because, as you'll be aware, taxi drivers, especially old school, tend to get very stuck in their ways. I thought if we went computerised, that we'd have half the drivers walk out, that the business would go down the pan. And my other half convinced me that it was a really good idea. We spent a lot of time arguing about it.
That surprises me, actually, because you just alluded to the fact you were quite young and your partner's a bit older than you. So you would have thought it was the other way around. So
Everybody,
embracing the technology.
everybody assumed it would be me that was all for it, but I was.
But you were running the office, so
and I knew
the drivers.
the problems that you get with drivers. You'll be aware as well.
Yeah, but you're
you
a
do
woman
something
as
one
well,
way.
so you pick up on all the emotions and you know how people are going to react.
People get into a
advance.
routine and they like the routine. People don't like change inherently. So I thought this will come in, the drivers will hate it. They'll hate being oversight. The oversight of it was what I figured they wouldn't like.
And the signal surely up there as well. There must not be any signal up north.
Well,
they'd only just got telephones, to be honest.
One of the places actually that we go to literally had 5 channels up until 3 years ago. That's Fixendale.
I weren't wrong then.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of what's great about that area.
I love
it's
it
kind
there.
of like
But
you
I do like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Don't wear heels though.
He decided to go with it. I was against it, and we got it in, and we went from 8 vehicles to 50 after we'd got it in.
Wow, yeah, and you can keep track of them. And the more
And they liked it. We had the
you don't
panic
have to lie on
button.
the phone, do you? It'll be 5 minutes, you have no bogging
We
clue.
weren't screaming at them on a Saturday night. I think that was the biggest thing. So I used to operate Saturday nights, and all you'd get on a Saturday night was, "Where are you? Are you about clear? Where are you? Are you clear yet?" And they'd be coming back, "I've only just picked my last customer up," and they'd get. It stressed me out, and it stressed them out more because you were shouting at them all the time.
How did
it went
drivers react
silent.
to a woman telling them what to do or directing them?
The Yorkshire lads.
Yeah. So that must have been a similar experience for you because you were in your family business days. Can you remember going from pen and paper to a computer?
I mean, Rushden was still pen and paper when Bounds bought Lee Cabs of Rushden, which was quite fascinating to watch some of the Bounds management see the big sheet of paper and the radios, and I just sat back and watched, and it was quite a jump.
We always assume that old traditional drivers won't embrace technology, but then you say that, but then most of them have got smartphones, and most of them are like WhatsApping or talking to relationships via WhatsApp.
You've got to remember though that when they first came out, a lot of it was data heads as well, if you remember, rather than PDAs.
Oh, they were a nightmare as well.
Or PDAs.
We never did.
The PDAs.
Yeah, we never did data heads. We went straight on to PDAs because we did Excel first, Mercury 2.
Yeah, that's what we had.
So we went straight to PDAs because the data heads were just an absolute nightmare.
Did you like PDAs?
In our area, because we got the roaming SIMs. So we had all 5 networks at that point in time. So if we hadn't, we'd literally have covered a mile square with Vodafone or with O2 or whoever else was on.
I used to love
Roaming
it.
Sims.
Yeah. So now you're getting excited.
You reminisce though, don't you? You think about like how much it's moved on.
We kept radios for ages though, because they were kind of like a bit of a security blanket. Yeah.
Hello? You're right.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Yeah.
I feel like a little bit of a ham sandwich here. But
that's what happens when we get together. Sorry.
To carry on, get a room. So the audience is over here. Hi.
Hi.
You're still in the room. With your experience with drivers, dealing with drivers, 2 questions. But how do they deal with dealing with them? I think you've answered that, Yorkshire and all that.
Well, no, that was a joke, to be fair. Somebody once said to me that you never get any respect until you've got grey hairs. That's why it's now dyed blonde. Whether it's a man or a woman, but especially with men, because it is a very male-orientated trade. And as I tried to take over a lot of the management from my husband, a lot of them resented me for it, and they would go around me to come to him. It took a lot of time for him to say, well, no good you're coming to me. I don't know that. Lisa knows it. And now with Vicky and Andrew as well taking on a lot of that, they'll still come and people will come to me and I'll say, that's not my bit anymore, that's somebody else's.
There is a difference between a rural community taxi company compared to a city one where they don't necessarily always know the characters, or there's a Vicky and Andy, or there's a John and John's the owner and you're the wife and so on. But I think that's in key. I mean, there's a lot of push in our trade to go totally automated algorithms, and if I look around this room now, there's us on set, and there's a host of other people behind the curtain here that are part of the trade that aren't algorithms, and they've all got experience. If we combine the experience of this room, it's probably 300 years of experience. That is important because an algorithm, AI will never have that and deal, as you said, with emotions and stuff like that. That's why it's important to remember a local operator has somebody local that
You've got your heart and soul in it.
You have a worry because we were talking earlier, there's WhatsApp groups with Uber drivers in, and they're all moaning, we're going to go strike. And a lot of those problems that are escalating on social media could be resolved over a quick cup of coffee with a manager.
You need to care. Some of that is you need to care.
Yeah.
It needs to be, it's a very people orientated trade. And if you don't care about what you're doing, I've seen so many taxi companies set up and fail within a year, within 2 years. But when you've got your heart in it,
passion, I think.
yeah, when you've got your heart, I spoke to some people here today. They said the same thing. I started at 16 and God, it's addictive. It is, because every day is different. So you never have the same. In this trade, I've done it 32 years and I've never had the same day twice.
I think the thing is, even at the driver level, so I can remember driving and I loved it. Okay, you have a bad shift and you think, that's it, I'm giving this up. But the next shift is great. And sometimes it's weather conditions, everything's against you. But the next day is great.
It's brilliant.
And you know, you have a good job in and they give you a great tip, and they have a bad job, but you think, you got to remember, it's attitude. If you're a positive person, customers will warm to you, you're in an intimate environment, this little space, and you know, it's very intimate.
It's almost like an addiction, I think, because you get those wins.
But people trust you with things as well.
Keep you.
You'll know, you've been on the phones as well with customers, and it's the same with drivers. I've done both, I've driven as well. So you get somebody in that car, or you get somebody on the phone, and they'll tell you things that they wouldn't dream that they're going to tell you, because you're probably the only person they've spoken to in the last 5 days, and they want to tell you their little bit of news. Or
I think with drivers also have to remember, although there's definitely like, well, you're an operator and we're the driver. No, it's actually one big team. And the operators, and I've seen this in my 20, 30 years, are doing the best for you, because if you perform well, the customer's happy, we actually earn money to pay for all the services. It's a team effort. There's no us and them. And with technology, that's taken away human error. You know, you used to hear, they run a corrupt book, which is
feeding.
Not true. Yeah, 90% of the work is automated. We're keeping an eye on it. And so really, it's a team effort. We also, over an app, we're doing better quality work. We can be more flexible. We can have some influence on the pricing. You know, we can cost jobs. It's not all algorithm based. So actually, we find that, you know, I spent a lot of time in Birmingham, which is a big city. Drivers are coming back to private hire often because some of them have never stepped in. They've got this old image, and when they come in, they realise that the work's more versatile, and they're actually and that they're actually cared for.
I don't know whether you got the email or Chris got the email. One of our drivers sent in an email that he'd never ever done taxiing before, and he started in January. And he said he wanted to point out that he'd actually joined literally the best place that he could have to do it. He'd been looked after all the way through. He was earning more money than he ever had, working a 9-to-5 job and putting in less hours in some cases for it. Enjoying what he did, because you're seeing different people and doing different things every day.
If you enjoy what you do, it's like if you work in a factory and it's just bang, bang,
it's
bang, 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 bang.
It's
mind-blowing, boring. You feel underappreciated. But if you know that you've got a team behind you, you're getting quality work, then you're going to be happy, and it's more sustainable. The customer benefits because that energy that is coming from you, it's not just at the journey from A to B. You're not delivering sausages or a parcel. There's more dynamics. You're part of the community.
You've got your things like your school runs, which obviously we've just worked on together, haven't we? You've got your school runs where you'll pick up these kids, and you get to know that these kids, you know, they'll get on here, they'll get off there, they'll go to this school, they'll get excited because they've done a nice drawing or they've passed their exam. The same with, like, you do ambulance work, you'll pick up the same renal patients and you'll know how annoyed they are and how tired they are by the third renal treatment of the week. You build a relationship with people. That's something that an algorithm and AI can't deal with, and that is why this is a people-orientated trade.
Two things. First of all, what annoys you about the trade, generally?
Drivers always look sideways. That's my pet hate.
Drivers?
Look sideways. They're always looking. This is one thing that we need. I keep telling my drivers this. Don't look at what Joe's doing and what Fred's doing and what Bill's doing. If you look at what you're doing and concentrate on what you're doing, you will earn far more money than spending half your time looking at what Bill's earning.
To a degree,
because you're wasting
human
your time.
nature, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
We
It is, but it's a
what
big
our
thing in
competitors are doing,
taxis.
Yeah,
it is a big thing.
People do compare.
They do.
It's natural.
I think taxis, it's worse in because they'll see
They'll
Joe
wind
or
each
Fred
other up,
picking up
don't
from the
they? They go
station.
around,
I've got a £50 job. Oh, well, I only got a £5 job.
They almost do it to exaggerate and wind each other up.
Yeah.
It's more so in a smaller business where they know each other.
You can work out our averages. You'll have looked at them. If you look at all the drivers on a site over a month, they are usually within 3 to 7% earnings of each other on the hour.
We're trying to level it out. What's the best thing about what you do?
People.
People.
seeing people, speaking to people, being with people. I used to love I do miss driving. I miss driving because I loved the interaction with people that you had.
You get to know all the gossip too.
You do get to
So
know all
it's
the
funny,
gossip.
like,
Some you don't want to know.
I've always said, you know, that our customer really is the driver, first and foremost, because the person that rings in for a cab, that's the driver's customer. So for me, like on the way up here, I had an hour-long journey on the way here, and the driver that took me up, lady that's worked for us for ages, she was like, Jodie, how would you put up with it? And it was cool. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, but every time you answer like that's the first call you've had today. And I'm like, but that's what.
But it's the first call you've had off that person.
Exactly that. And they don't know I've had 10 calls before.
And they don't.
And I always try and keep that in mind,
Yeah.
But it is, I do think you have to be a people person.
It helps if you can remember things about people as well.
Yes, of course, yeah.
They've got kids, so that there are some things that they can't do because they're hours working round, or they have family commitments that mean that they can't do X. So you make allowances for people as you go along, because it is a flexible trade.
Mm-hmm.
So if drivers must come to you with little moans and gripes, we mentioned how to have those conversations. Probably one of the common ones is, I'm not earning enough. How do you counteract that? What would you say to a driver on that?
I usually pull the report and tell them how much they're earning, because I know how much they're earning.
But
and how much they're rejecting.
But
to be fair, we don't get a huge
give them...
problem with that in our area because our earnings are high.
Yeah, I know they are. There's a tip. Move to Malton.
No, don't move to Malton.
No, don't move to Malton. My other drivers won't like
Wellingborough.
that. But no, in general, I will pull the reports.
Yeah.
I will look at what they're earning, and if there is an issue, and there has been issues sometimes with people, and I will look back before I answer them all. I'll look back. I'll get the reports. I'll get the figures. I'll get all the facts, and then I'll say, oh yeah, crap, there's something wrong here. You're earning far less than somebody. On one occasion, the PDA wasn't actually picking up a signal. They turned their rope, so they were only getting a signal at the office. So they were going out doing a job and then and I'm like, why are they doing one job every 20 minutes when everybody else is doing? And it was just something simple. Mm-hmm. But things like that can be resolved. Most of the time, it's having the facts at your fingertips.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And your drivers are great. And we've got a video now of one of Lisa's drivers giving away a prize to one of your customers. Tasha. So let's take a look at Tasha, looking at that community spirit there up in Malton, waking down the fortune.
Hey guys, we have Paul here, who's just got a taxi up into town, go and meet some mates, and he's keen for a goodie bag today. So if you just answer me one question of what popular event is happening in Malton this weekend?
The food festival.
That is correct. There is one fancy goodie bag for you. Have a brilliant day. Thank you.
Tasha, what a great character.
Yeah, Tasha's been with us a while actually, and she's one of our drivers who's got a family. Yeah. Both her and her partner work for us. They're both drivers.
Yeah.
And they've got kids obviously together. So Tasha works school runs and does bits and bobs around it, and her partner works full time for us. Yeah, so she finds that the best way for her to work with the kids.
I love it though, how she knows.
I know every one of our drivers.
Yeah, but that gives you the edge, Lisa.
Yeah, I know every one of them.
How are you finding recruiting drivers in a rural area where probably unemployment's probably very
Unemployment
low?
Is very low, yeah. So we do sometimes struggle, but recently in the last 6 weeks we've seen a massive upsurge in applications.
Really?
And I have no idea why. It's across all 4 sites. Darlington, Catterick, Whitby, and
I have a theory about that. So a lot of employers, unfortunately, because of the budget, are taking people off PAYE or cutting back because of the cost of living and the cost of employment. So I think unfortunately unemployment's going to go up, which means that people will be looking for career changes.
Yeah, I get that for Darlington and Catterick site, because they're not in quite as affluent an area as we are. Catterick's mainly army based as well. But Whitby and Malton are both quite affluent areas, and there's literally zero unemployment, and yet our applicants in the last 6 weeks, Chris at Whitby will tell you the same, they've just gone through the roof.
Yeah.
So whether people want more money for their summer holidays, I'm not sure, but
could be, or it's
we're happy to welcome them all aboard.
You're happy to accommodate.
We're happy to welcome them aboard.
And where do you see the future of the trade? So obviously, in the big cities, we embrace technology very quickly, and it evolves very quickly. With respect, in the rural areas, it might take a bit to catch. Where do you see the future of the industry going in rural areas compared to cities?
Well, hopefully we'll work more with smaller companies.
Yeah.
That's the idea, to be able to, rather than, because we obviously cover Malton, Pickering, Kermorside, but there's little companies within all of these where we could be missing jobs and they're not doing them, or the other way around. If we can work together...
For a network.
Yeah, that is the key. But again, we've got I don't want to work with them because I'm not going to have my own choices, but you do still have your own choices. You can still do your own thing. Our Whitby franchise has proved that.
Yeah.
They've come on board and they're doing great, and they are still... they've got their own identity
you're
still.
in Whitby, are you? Whitby.
Yeah, we have Whitby as
I
well.
love Whitby. It smells of fish.
And I think ice cream as well.
Ice cream, fish, crab fishing.
Yeah, you went crab fishing in Whitby, didn't you?
Yes, I've been crab fishing.
Yeah, I think Adina mentioned you'd caught crabs. Crabs, sorry.
Yeah.
Fishing.
Fish, crabs, Adina.
Yeah.
So, moving on. So, just in between your legs there is a box of lost property. If you want to delve in there, if you want to bring the box up so the ladies and gentlemen can see it.
Well,
Pull that
obviously,
out. If you want to delve in,
we're a very rural area.
if you want to take something,
That's
what have you got? A
It's
cow?
a cow, look, a little moo cow.
Oh, that's a moo cow. I've not
a
heard
moo
that.
cow.
Moo
That's
cow.
horrible.
Yeah. What else have you got in there?
Oh no,
Pink
Yeah,
cow.
now that's more like you.
that
No,
looks like
it's
hen
pink.
weekend, doesn't it?
What? Where's that from? Oh, that'll be something of Phil's.
Yeah, you're not Christmas shopping, by the way.
No, I've got a bell as well. I like a bell.
Belle, yeah, that's good for ordering stuff with you.
Cow.
You take the cow home with you. There you go. Right, and finally, before you go, you have to play true or false. I'll just give you the rules for this, okay? The viewers at home, hopefully you've watched the episode, you know how this works. It's true or false. Elisa is about to tell us a story. Myself, Jodie, and all of the crew here, who you see shortly, will guess whether the story is true or false. Okay, Lisa, so let's go true or false. Give us the story.
Well, quite a few years ago, when we were still on two-way radios, we used to have some regular customers that we would pick up from a village to go to York, which is obviously a bigger city. And it started with 3 of them, 2 in the back and 1 in the front, and graduated to 3 in the back, performing a show, shall we say.
What kind of show?
An X-rated show.
A show?
An X-rated show.
Oh. What were they? Male, female, female?
2 female, 1 male.
Yeah.
When the driver,
how old were they?
I would say probably mid-20s. When the driver very politely asked them to refrain from doing so in his backseat because he would have other passengers to pick up, it turned out that they booked the taxi specifically to be able to perform said X-rated adult show in front of an audience.
So they called up and said, look, I'd like to book a taxi for 3 of us in the back to perform a show.
Oh no, they never mentioned performing the show when they booked.
Oh, right.
There were, is the word voyeurs?
Voyeurs?
They're like other people watching them. There is a different word for that, but I won't use that.
What, dogging?
That's the one.
Oh, did I just say that out loud?
What's dogging, Jodie?
I don't know.
Taking the dog for a walk. We've watched Peter Kay.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we turned into a podcast there, but more like Loose Women. But, so I'm going to go with, I actually think being up there, there's not much to do there really. So, apart from a food festival once a year, and Whitby's a bit of a way away, and it does smell of fish. So, I think it's true. Jodie?
So I think, given how detailed you was, and the fact that you are actually rather innocent in comparison to me, there is no way you'd have thought up that story unless it was true.
Jake, do you think that's true or false?
False.
Charlie?
False.
Sorry?
True.
Oh, where is
True.
true? You like that story, don't you? It was you. Phil?
False. False for me.
Paul?
I think it's true, but probably false.
David?
I was going through right up to the last part when there was reference to other people watching. Well, how would you do that in the taxi? So I'm going to go.
They had your CCTV system in, into that.
I'm going to go false.
False. So there we have it. The people around us, the crew and our guests here, I think most of it thought that was false. So what was it? True or false?
It is true. And to make David's point there, the driver was who they wanted to watch them.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh,
Oh, I like that twist at the end.
You're still with your husband?
Of course. You know our phone number.
So,
Oh no, that sounds so bad. Our phone number is really rude. I
Keep
didn't
that
mean
in.
that as an
Keep
invite.
that in.
we'll keep that in. We are live, after all, live recorded. So, Lisa, thank you for that enlightening.
I'm not a swinger.
That was. I think we're all going to move up to Malta for great food, higher
High
earnings on taxis, and gains
Good
of
management.
in the back of a taxi. So thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. We're all three of us now going to get a cab home.